Why now?
Everyone is talking about this fight.
What changed?
This is the one fight that the entire planet has wanted to see.
Not Floyd Mayweather.
Pacquiao, who'd been named Fighter of the Decade earlier in the year.
How is a fighter of the decade if he got beaten in a decade? And I'm champion for over a decade.
In an unprecedented step, Mayweather called for random blood and urine tests to be administered by USADA, the United States Anti-Doping Agency, and conducted all the way through the night of the fight, a protocol Pacquiao strongly opposed.
Time, as a fighter, I thought, yes, this fight's gonna get made because they're both winners and champions, and that's what they do. But then, as a promoter, you start realizing, wait a minute here, this fight's gonna take a while.
I've never known a man to turn down a $25 million drug test.
Mayweather's agreement with Mosley included, for the first time ever in a boxing match, USADA blood and urine testing.
You got the urine collector, blood collector, and the check collector.
Pretty one-sided fight, so let's go to the next business at hand.
Manny Pacquiao take the blood and urine test, we can make the fight happen for all the fans.
And if he doesn't?
We don't got no fight.
Meanwhile, back in the States, a second attempt to make Mayweather-Pacquiao was underway. After the animosity of prior talks, this time, the negotiations went through HBO, where both fighters were under contract.
We were told that the other side had agreed to all the terms as we had, and we were ready to finalize the fight. When we announced this to the press, we were told by the other side that no negotiations had even ever taken place. There was no agreement. I mean, it was like Kafka's. The only logical conclusion that we could make was that the other side couldn't produce Mayweather, and Mayweather didn't want to do the fight. This is all speculation on our part, but it seems logical.
If you want to fight, let's make it happen. You don't want to fight. If he's a clean athlete, what is he hiding? If we're at the elite level, it should be elite testing. That's all I'm saying.
Give me a fair shake.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass. Floyd Mayweather knew that the next question was going to be about, why don't you fight Pacquiao? That's still the question.
By that summer, it had gotten even more complicated. While Mayweather remained undefeated, Pacquiao suffered his first loss in 7 years, a controversial decision to Tim Bradley court. But then everything came crashing down on a December night in Las Vegas.
I think the knockout of Pacquiao was stunning enough that there wasn't much discussion of him fighting Mayweather in the immediate aftermath, which in itself was something we hadn't experienced.
By this point, Pacquiao had given in on all the blood testing demands, putting aside his longtime reluctance to get blood drawn before a bout. But Mayweather's offer had now changed. A flat fee, $40 million, as opposed to a 50-50 split of the fight's revenues.
I offered $40 million cash. He talking about he won't have. I'm like, I can't afford it. I worked too hard. Well, I was gonna wire him $20 million within 48 hours. You tell me. He want 50-50. I want to fight them.
HBO and Top Rank Boxing bet against Floyd Money Mayweather twice and lost. First, they bet on Oscar De La Hoya and told Floyd he had to wait his turn. Then after Floyd said he wasn't going to wait his turn and took control of his own destiny, they bet on Manny Pacquiao to dethrone the king. And they bet against Floyd. And Manny just, unfortunately, was caught in the middle. And in my opinion, what has happened is this. Larry Merchant ran his mouth off to Floyd after every fight, never giving him credit. And Floyd told him to his face, you always got something crazy to say. You'll never give me no credit. And Larry Merchant ran Floyd away from HBO into the arms of Showtime. And ever since that day, HBO boxing has never been the same. Never. Floyd landed the largest contract in sports history, and he deserved every penny over at Showtime. So now, this is what happened. Floyd, I believe, because he's a genius, detected that Manny Pacquiao was fighting dirty, meaning on some type of substance, on some type of something. And that's why he pressed for the test. And Manny fought it for years. But I think HBO realized, because remember, Bob Arum said HBO made Manny Pacquiao. They built his career. They made his image and his personality that the people see today. I think HBO told Manny, "Oh, we missing out on too much money by you not wanting to take this test. You need to clean up your image, clean up your act, whatever you got going on. If you need to become a Christian, whatever you need to do." Now, mind you, I'm saying this is in my opinion. And we know that if the Christian white American society embraces you here in this country, oh, you can get away with cheating. Just look at the bankers who robbed the global economy and nearly crashed the global economy. They cheated us out of billions of dollars, and they were billions on the back end in the bailout. Look at the golden Tom Brady and the Patriots in NFL who deflate gate. And if any other athlete, if a black athlete, if that had been Michael Vick, if Michael Vick had been in Deflategate, do you think, I don't even have to finish it, y'all already know, if that was a black quarterback, oh my goodness. But because it's Tom Brady, it's nothing. Oh, you make it too much of it. Okay, we make it too much of it. But Floyd Money Mayweather saw something or knew something or was on to something, and once Manny got knocked out, he couldn't help but decide to, well, even before he got knocked out, he wasn't going to get the payday, so he had to change up his image. He was not getting the fight. Floyd was not going to give him the fight. He was trying to be stubborn, like he was on the same level, and Floyd just proved everybody wrong. He wasn't on his level, and everybody mad at the fight because the fight wasn't what it was. It's not Floyd's fault. It wasn't on his level. Manny Pacquiao, I don't know what substance he never, but he is the same boxer. He is not. We didn't see all of them punches, flurries of punches, and all of that. So if you mad that the fight was a letdown, how is you mad at Floyd? Manny didn't even show up. Just like everybody else. Whereas y'all swore this young boy was going to do this and that. Y'all see the pictures in the background. Can't even touch him. He can't even touch him. It's what Floyd do. Look at him. Look. The only difference is Manny wasn't punching. Look. Punching like a chick. Look. Canelo can't even touch him. Y'all mad? That's because y'all don't watch boxing. Y'all got all of these fans just picked up this fight. This is the first fight they done watched in probably 10 years. Floyd is a boxing genius. And because Manny couldn't, because he now y'all mad. You can't be mad. Tell Manny to get his game up. And I love Manny. I love Manny. It's not boy. He's out of his league. That's all.